Hi, welcome back. This is going to be about glue joints and how they set up over time. We've got some glue joints that are 2 days old, 2 weeks old, and 2 years old. So we'll probably use pretty much the same approach to see how those come apart, how they bonded over time. And before I forget to mention, again, is if you have any exposed pipes outside, pull equipment, stuff like that, make sure you get a little bit of paint on. This is sun damage. It does that in a year or two. Makes it really brittle. You ever have to have a repair done, it's going to make it really difficult. It's going to just shatter, and you're not going to be successful, I assure you. So hit it with a little bit of paint, whatever color you choose. It really doesn't matter. The lighter, the better. And also, we're going to have a little bit of fun today regarding a video of people trying to catch things on fire. Am I going to do that? No. But I want to see and challenge myself if we can cut it, glue it, and remove it. I'm talking about the pipe out of the fitting, like in the video, faster than they can do by catching on fire. Just a little bit of fun to do. Okay, so let's check it out and let's get to it. 2 days ago, 2 years ago, I'm gonna probably do that little challenge first. Schedule 40, gonna use probably a 90. Tools of choice, needle nose pliers, lineman's, hacksaw blade, and trusty narrow screwdriver. Okay, so we got, we can use some primer, it doesn't really matter. Okay, here we go. Got the vise ready, and we're going to go ahead and glue this up. You're going to have to let me know how I do, because I have no idea. There's primer too. Here, this, put this in the old vise, change the camera view, probably see it a little bit better. And hang it down. Alright, so we're going to do this, and I think we'll flip it around. Put that off. Take a hacksaw blade, teeth are backwards. We're going to do this, I could probably pop it out, which is this because it's so fresh. But again, this is schedule 40, so we're going to go ahead and I'm generating the power from pulling it towards me. The teeth are definitely going towards me. So I'm doing a little bit of cut going forward. They can feel it start to hit that glue. It's really gummy. I lost my place. It's really, really gummy. All right. So we'll see if this is going to work for us here. That. Done. And time. All right. Don't know how long that took. Probably let me know as opposed to what it was in the video and what I did here. I don't know. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to these repairs here. Okay, here we go. We're going to go ahead and start with the most recent and kind of work back in time a little bit. This is the one that's 2 days old here, and I'm not sure if I use primer on this side or not. We got this earlier for another demonstration, I think, so we're going to go ahead and same approach. This should come off really easy. I'm going to go ahead and take off this thick ring that's in the middle that same thing here. I think this will come out relatively easy here. I don't think I'll need my trusty lineman's. And I won't. Okay, you can see that if you looked at the other video that I posted, this is a little more difficult. I didn't use primer in here. You can hear it snapping. It's popping that bond it's got there. Okay, got that off. I'm going to work on my depth a little bit there. But that came out pretty easy, and that was a 2-day-old one. This one definitely has primer. I can look at this one real quick. I don't think that one did. So we're going to see how much of a difference primer made here. here. Long strokes. So, that clean. Same method here. Wash my depth a little bit. Like that. Give it just a screwdriver, and let's see what kind of luck we have on this one here. Yeah, not so bad. That primer hasn't really had a chance to really bond. Again, this is only 2 days old. There's a big little piece right there. So that's not too bad. Okay, here we go. We're going to start with the 2-week-old one here, and this is just clear glue, no primer at all. Again, this has been setting up for a couple weeks. So we'll see how this one looks here. Make it too far like that. And we'll see if I have to get the linements out, or if this is going to work out for us here. Always lift that corner up. Yep, then we can use the linements. Okay, so we're going to tap this a little bit. Chipped off right there. Again, this is 2 weeks old. Chip that off. Always go for the weak corner here. Oops, sorry, camera's in the way. There we go. And sometimes what you can do too, there we go. There's that thing. I think there's, oh, that's it right there. That's the last piece right there. Okay, let's take a closer look at this real quick. And you can see I got a little too far there. That chipped off. There's a little piece there, in there. That didn't work out too bad at all. Pretty easy. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going to do this one right here next. This is going to be the gray side, and we'll go ahead and put a coupling on this and do this in a little bit. So we'll go ahead and cut this. Same approach. Go ahead and get our hacksaw. That. Get our trusty screwdriver. See if that wants to come apart for us. Oh, it does. Our alignments here. This is with primer right here. I might be able to just not even use alignments and just work this around. Yep. That's with primer and the gray glue. Do a closer look at that. Pretty easy to take off there. And again, this is a 2-week-old fitting here. Next one is going to be, okay, here's the last couple of them right here. This is going to be the one with quite a bit of primer on it, clear glue. This is the Christie's here, and it looks like gray, and I think I used primer on that as well. Primer and gray glue on thin wall pipe. So let's do, let's extend this out real quick. Cut a pipe extender. Like so. Now I'm going to bring this out just a little bit. Like so. Give something to bite on in the vise here. Like so. Okay, first thing we're going to do is whoa. Get our trusty screwdriver. See how this is going to react for us. Knock the camera a little bit off here. It's sticky, but I think we can get it without using the alignment there. I think. Feels like it. Now this primer joint right here has been 2 weeks old, but it has not had time to fully cure, because if it did, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now. The longer this stuff sets up, the better the bond gets. Alright, so we gotta do this gray one first. Go ahead and tighten it up really good here. Like so. All right, let's try this gray one out. Let's see what's Use a helping to do that with. Same method here. Again, this is 2 weeks old. Not sure how this is going to go. This is gray, and I believe we use primer on here as well. Yep, I can see the primer down there. All right, not so bad. Grip on it if I can. Oh, I forgot this was class 200. Oh, how funny is that? Look at that cover through the pipe. Schedule 40. So we'll see how this goes. Like so. Trusty screwdriver. Oh. No different. Same thing. Okay, so bottom line is that clear glue, gray glue, Christie's, primer, no primer, all reacted the same way for 2 weeks. Now, I am certain that over a longer period of time, this bond gets stronger, and what you'll see is, for example, let's do this right here. We'll do this real quick. We're going to go ahead and buckle that guy down. And this is class 200 pipe. And this should go fairly simple. This has been a long time it's been set up, but definitely no primer here. We've got the old trusty blade. Keeping the hacksaw blades parallel with this as much as we can. We don't want to cut this way, we don't want to cut this way, we want to keep it perpendicular to this right here as much as we can, or parallel to the fitting you're working on. So I'm going to do 2 cuts here. I'm going to do one there, just like I did before. It's easy to keep it sideways and then get it started, and then gradually kind of work it out to where it's parallel. This should come out fairly easy. Again, this is just class 200. And once you start cutting, you can feel it start grabbing because you're hitting the glue in here. So that's when I know how to stop. I can feel it in there. And look at our trusty alignments here, and we'll give this a whack, and this should come out real easy, just like that. Like that. Like that. And then go ahead and take the rest of it out. Start on the edge right here. Tap it out. That, and I'm thinking we can go ahead and do this at this point. Yep, it's ripping the pipe. Let's go ahead and do it all the way around here. Maybe this here. Let's see what's going on here. Like so. Alright, so I'm starting at the edge here. Work it in here. The reason I took this little piece out is because if you start doing this just right away, there's not going to be any give at all in the pipe that's inside, whether it's class 200 or schedule 40, and it's going to wind up breaking the fitting. So, and always don't pry out, pry in, because you're putting a little more force on the part of the 90 that has a little more meat on it. So we'll just keep going right around the edges here. And make sure, you got to do this, that there goes a piece right there. Came out. And make sure when you're knocking this out that you're separating it all the way down to the base. You don't want to separate this little piece right there I can knock out. But go ahead and make sure you take all that out, all the way down. See that little, I don't know if you can see that or not. There's a little piece right here. Because otherwise, you'll be trying to take a lot more pipe out than you think you are. And you risk A, making it a little bit harder, not a big deal, but risk breaking the pipe. the 90 inside. So we're going to knock this little piece out like that, and that came out really easy. Show you how I just knock the edge of it out real quick, and we're going to take the edge off, that little sharp edge that we seen earlier here. Take this out here, like so. Okay, this is really tight. Alright, so we're going to knock this down, like that. We're just working that edge, got it, and now we can start back up here. Like that, and next. Done. Alright. And this is a fitting that's been about 2 years, maybe a little closer to 18 months, but it's been set up for a while. No primer. Piece flipped up there. Like that. And we got one little piece in here. It's a little triangle. That's it. Okay, so that's how it came out right there. And if you want to see how that looks kind of crummy, if you need to reuse that joint, the best thing to do, let me grab this real quick. Okay, I'm back. I had to go grab some sandcloth. I obviously lost the piece that I had. If you want to clean this up right here, it's kind of gummied up and things like that. You can either get a right side screwdriver here, see some sandcloth, wrap it around, and you can do this. And usually the right side's screwdriver helps a lot too, so I'm going to take a little bit of that off. This is a used piece of sandcloth, but it'll do its purpose. Make sure you get that tight on there like that. And then, I'm going to go this direction. Like that, clean it up a lot. Looks a lot nicer already. You can either get a more sandcloth and wrap it around one more time, and to get it pretty tight in there. So I'm going around a little bit like this, in circles till I go around. It's a lot better, a lot smoother in there. Doesn't take much, and the same thing with pipe. Alright, grab that same piece of cloth, and you can either do it shoe shine style, or what I like to do is just grab it like this. Usually cleans it up pretty fast, makes it nice and smooth, and makes it a nice surface for the glue and primer to bond to. Nice. Okay, that pretty much concludes our little pipe demonstration here. Hope it helped out, maybe tackle something, project or repair or something, give it a little deeper understanding of how glue and different kind of glues and primer bond. Short amount of time, pretty much all the same. What glue, the Christie's, the clear, the gray. The big difference is being the amount of time it got to set up. Had it been an extended amount of time, taking apart those joints with primer would have been nearly as easy at all. It would have been a complete waste of time. It would have chipped and broke the fitting and the pipe and everything. It'd have been really ugly. But anyways, any comments you might have, any suggestions, anything you want me to tackle, maybe give a shot, I'll be happy to do that. Again, thanks for watching.